Fujifilm lenses can be expensive, but this TTArtisan 35mm f1.8 is not expensive. $125 is a pretty enticing price next to the astronomical prices for these Fujifilm XF lenses. But does a lower price mean it's gonna take worse photos? Take a look at these three pictures. I want you to form your own opinion on how close or not close these lenses are in performance. All of these photos are at f2.8. I will not reveal which lens each is from, but know that all are 35mm lenses on a Fuji X-T1. Okay, are you done forming your own opinion? Let me give you mine. If you're a professional portrait photographer, get the XF 35mm f1.4. That extra wide aperture is awesome for extracting the most bokeh possible out of these APS-C sensors that Fuji cameras come with. You're not going to get creamy bokeh as easily with that smaller sensor as you would with a full-frame sensor like on a Sony camera, so having that super wide aperture closes the gap between APS-C and full-frame just that much more. This lens is also just an amazing vibe. The autofocus motors are certainly loud and slower than almost all modern Fuji lenses, but they're still serviceable. I do a ton of professional work on this lens, especially portraits, and sure, the autofocus will make me miss a handful of candids, but if anything, that just teaches you to plan ahead more. When you give this lens even just a second to lock in focus, it's pretty darn accurate. But the reason you buy this lens is not the autofocus, obviously. It's the image quality. It's not the sharpest lens corner to corner, but it is perfect for skin tones and really making your subjects pop. This lens seems to have that 3D effect that people talk about, and I haven't really found that with the other 35mm lenses I'm going to be discussing today. All of that to say, though, that this thing costs over $400 these days. That's a lot. If you want the pinnacle of the Fujifilm experience, get this 35mm f2. This thing is tiny, built like a tank, weather sealed, focuses faster than any other Fuji lens, and has a wonderfully clicky aperture ring. The f1.4 also has an aperture ring, but the f2 has one of the most satisfying aperture rings I have ever handled. This lens, for the most part, just gets out of your way and lets you enjoy shooting with your Fuji body. To me, this lens just maxes out the performance of any of the Fujifilm camera bodies, so it's the best way to get the most out of your Fujifilm camera. However, it does come with one major issue. Focus breathing. The lens effectively zooms in and out majorly as it hunts for focus. This can be very jarring when you're trying to use the EVF, when you're trying to fine-tune your composition, and especially when you're shooting video. My f1.4 lens does not have this issue, so maybe it's just a byproduct of having a really fast autofocus system. Whatever it is, it's annoying. But anyway, $250 is a solid price for this thing. Can't complain. But this TTArtisan's lens is literally half the price. So then, does it perform as well? It's actually insanely close between these three lenses. I found the autofocus to be plenty fast for my purposes, and it seems to breathe less than the XF 35mm f2. Real quick though, before we go any further, I have to mention that TTArtisan sent me this lens for this review. They gave me full creative freedom with this script, so I hope not to be biased. Honestly, the biggest downside with this thing is that it just does not have an aperture ring. This forces you to use a back dial on your Fuji body to control the aperture, which to me just turns the camera from a tool to a computer. Instead of having one tactile dial dedicated to aperture, you're using this multifunction dial, which is just, you know, a little bit too digital for me. It forces you to look at the screen more often to check your aperture, and that's not why I bought a Fujifilm camera. If you can look past that, however, the image quality is incredible. The f1.8 aperture is bright, and the construction is metal and fairly compact. I even like this included lens hood. That's not something I could say for the 56mm from TTArtisan. This lens genuinely makes me question why I even have the f2 and f1.4 lenses. However, as soon as I handle these aperture rings, it reminds me why I'm a Fujifilm shooter. I'm here for the experience and the results, not just the latter. This would not be a fair review if I didn't mention the Fuji XC 35mm f2. That lens has the same internals as this XF 35mm f2, but omits the metal construction in favor of plastic and excludes the aperture ring. Now, I haven't actually used the XC, but I can say that this TTArtisan is cheaper, slightly faster at f1.8, and much better built. Seems like a no-brainer, right? Don't buy this TTArtisan lens if you're a shooting experience enthusiast above all else. You know who you are, you love clicky dials, you love avoiding screens, and you love the act of making art. You don't even bother to look at your photos until months after you shoot them. That's how you know you're a shooting experience enthusiast. However, if you're a results lover, this TTArtisan 35mm offers supreme value. In fact, for the price of one XF 35mm f2, you can get yourself this TTArtisan's lens, another TTArtisan's lens, and a vintage 50mm with an adapter. Now that's value. When you're on a tight budget, the difference between having one prime and a full kit of primes is massive. I'm always a proponent of saving your money, so I find it hard not to celebrate the value this TTArtisan's lens provides, even if you have to give up the aperture ring to get it. However, I'm more of a hybrid enthusiast. I enjoy the shooting experience and the results. So then, is this lens special enough to find its way into my kit? Maybe. It's got a lot of competition at that 35mm focal length.